New album update, week of February 28, 2022. Well, I've been practicing those parts that I was practicing last week. I've been practicing those more. That's been really cool. I have had a little bit of difficulty over the past week, and it's been with I still have these three tasks at hand that I mentioned last week. Writing those lyrics that I mentioned and practicing those parts that I can record in the first couple sessions and getting the gear situation for the home studio squared away. Once again, the upfront tracks are going to be recorded in a pro studio, but the background tracks I can record in my home studio, and I have some gear that I need to upgrade before I do that. So it's been difficult because it's felt like this cycle thing that I haven't really found a point to grab onto. What I mean by that is, if I have the lyrics written, that means that I can start recording as long as I have the parts practiced and I have the gear situation squared away. And if I have the parts practiced, that means I can start recording as long as I have the lyrics written and I have the gear situation squared away. And if I have the gear situation squared away, that means I can start recording as long as I have the lyrics written and the parts practiced. And so it's just been going round and round and round, and I haven't found a point to grab onto to really kind of, move forward in a big way, other than just kind of practicing the parts as I could, given everything else that's going on. And so obviously I had to do a lot of thinking about all of that. And what I realized is that the writing the lyrics and practicing the parts, those are writing and playing things. And writing and playing things are very natural for me. But getting the gear situation squared away, there's a lot of pieces of that that are not so natural for me. And in fact, there are a lot of pieces of that I'm having to figure out how to do as I do it. And just realizing that, just figuring that out was helpful. And at this point, I came up with a plan to get the gear situation squared away. I still don't have a plan for how I'm going to balance my focus on these three major tasks at hand over the next week, but it's really helpful to have figured that out and to have come up with a plan, at least, for how I'm going to do one of these three tasks at hand that I didn't have a plan for before. So now I have a plan for everything. I may not necessarily have a plan for how I'm going to fit these three things together over the next week, but I have a plan for each one, so that's great. I want to thank everybody who's been keeping up with these updates. Y'all are really cool. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.